Hey you guys, it is Tina Sani here, and I am going to be talking to you guys today about Anicca. Anicca. Oh my goodness. If you guys have ever meditated before, or if you practice meditation, go ahead and put a heart in the comments and let me know, because that's really what this is about. This is going to be a little bit more about my meditation experience and the 10-day silent retreat that I went to, which was life-changing, like completely and utterly life-changing. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. If you could, if you're enjoying this, or if you think that somebody really would like to hear about meditation and my experience, you can go ahead and share this video. That would be really, really cool. And yeah, love on it. Let's do this. So back in August, I signed up for a Vipassana meditation course. And honestly, I had no idea what I had just signed up for. I had just went vegan a couple months prior to that. And I was watching a YouTube video of one of my favorite vegan activists, and his name is James Aspey. And he was talking about this silent retreat meditation Vipassana course that he took. And I'm just like, what is this stuff? And then when I heard it was free, and they feed you, and they house you, I was like, I could go to that. That's easy. I was so scared, so nervous. I was like, I'm gonna literally be in a place that I've never been for 10 days, can't talk. I just have to, figure it out. And I'm gonna be meditating for 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day. It was absolutely crazy, right? So I'm like, I'm already freaking out a little bit and I'm scared, but I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. I will make this work, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm just gonna make a comment here. But yeah, I was freaking out. But I was like, you know what? This is a time for me to, I really couldn't afford to take 10 days off, even though it was free. It was like, I am I own two businesses. It was like, oh my gosh, like I'm really going to it was technically 12 days off of my business, no Facebook, no social media. They took my phone. I was like, you're taking a piece of me. What are you doing? So that was really hard for me. But I knew that there was a reason that it was difficult, and it was going to promote change within me. So I decided to take the leap, and I was just like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to go. So when I get there, like I said, the first thing they do is take my phone, and I'm like, why are you doing this to me? But they had to, because, it's a place for you to dive fully into yourself, like all the way in. And that's exactly what happened. I got the ability to dive so deep into myself and really be able to get out the misery that was inside of me. And one thing that was so amazing that I learned, it was super important. If you guys are on here, say hey, don't be a stranger. I want this to be more like a conversation. I don't want to just talk at you all day long. But so when I went and, I'm sitting there and I'm like diving in, I really dove. Like Vipassana is a way for you to dive into your subconscious while still being conscious, like awake and aware. And it's the most aware that I've ever been of my body in my entire life, because what you're supposed to do while you're meditating is you are allowing yourself to objectively look at the sensations that are happening on your body. If you have an itch, don't scratch it. Just ignore it. Or not ignore it, but like look at it, recognize that it exists, know that it will change, and let it be, right? So that was Anicca. He would say that over and over again. That was the teacher. he was recorded, a recorded teacher. We did have a live teacher there too, but Goenkaji was one of the pioneers of really like spreading Vipassana to outside of India and outside of its original source. And they really kept it, they kept the practice pure. And it was really just this amazing thing where they kept the practice alive, and they really made sure that it didn't deviate. Hi, Samantha. Thanks for popping on. So, back to Vipassana. So, I'm diving deep. All of these sensations are running across my body, whether they're pain or itching or whether it's just a positive vibration. And I'm supposed to sit here and look at this objectively. Like, I don't have any positive or negative feelings towards these sensations, or so we're hoping, right? That's the point. So that was so hard for me because I'm so like deeply connected to my emotions that finally being able to separate the two and being like, okay, I have to look at this objectively. Okay, this is it, Tina. Get your life together, right? And I was looking for this huge epiphany, and it totally happened. It was like these weights from inside of me were just like coming up and just getting out of me. And the one time I had a really very like difficult meditation sit where I was in so much pain, just like agonizing pain in my hips and my knees. And I was really, really bad at like sitting in sitting like cross-legged, like, and because that's just, my body is just like, no, I don't like that position. So I spent a lot of the time with my legs stretched out. But I really wanted to try to cross my legs and sit in the real meditation pose. And it was so painful. Like, it hurt so bad. My hips were on fire. My knees, for some reason, were on fire. It was totally like, it was very difficult. But I was in an hour sit where I was not allowed to move. I could not open my hands, I could not open my legs, and I could not open my eyes. Those were the 3 rules, okay? That was so hard for me to sit there, and I had to remember that this pain would change. I know that I'm going through this pain right now, but it will not be forever. It will go. It will pass. I only have to sit like this for an hour. I have to get through this hour. And you don't want to mantra that to yourself during Vipassana, but you definitely want to make sure that you are looking at the situation objectively. No positive feelings, no negative feelings towards the situation. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you so much, girl. I love talking about it because it really did change my life. It really did. So after I'm done with this, we were able to, I made it through. After that, I was able to go back to my, our living quarters, and I took a nap. I was so drained, right? And I woke up from that nap feeling like a freaking bus hit me. Literally felt like someone had run me over with their vehicle. It was so bad. I felt sick and weak and just tired and just, it was so just drained. And so I went to my teacher and I'm like, did I do something wrong? Why do I feel like this? And he was like, no, you really lifted out a huge sankara. That's what the pain was. And that was, that pain that you went through. It's amazing. Don't wish that upon yourself again, because, we're supposed to look at these things objectively, but understand and be happy that you experienced that, because that means that you lifted out a sankara and your body is drained. And these sankaras are these, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. They're basically the misery that's inside of us. That's what a Sankara translates into, basically. It's the misery inside. And I was able to sit through that entire hour in excruciating pain, and I got to lift out that Sankara. And I just let it go. And holy crap, like, to know that I had done that was such a great feeling for me. So that didn't happen again. But, you know, it's not uncommon that that might be something that happens again in the future. But I stopped practicing. And, you know, I was on it. Like, you know, they were like, if you really want to get good at this, if you really want to be on the path to enlightenment, you need to practice 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour at night. And I was like, yes, I'm on it. Let's do this. So I did for like a week. For a week, I was like, I am on it. And then I stopped. You know, the excuse came up in the morning, like, oh, like I work, or I overslept and I need to go to work now. And then at night I would be like, oh, I got home too late. I have to wake up early in the morning. Like, these excuses just kept rolling in, right? And I'm getting farther and farther away from my practice. And so I reconnected with one of the ladies that I had met at the Vipassana course, and she was like, I need an accountability partner. Have you been practicing? And I was like, no, girl, I have not. Like, I definitely have not been practicing. Let me just be real. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. She's like, you know what? Me neither. I just keep finding myself making excuses to not do it. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Me too. She's like, I could really use an accountability partner. And I was like, I got you. So I almost forgot that I had made this commitment to myself, and I get up and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, no, first things first. I know that if I keep looking at my phone, I'm going to go down the dark hole of Facebook. I need to create before I consume. So I was like, I'm going to sit there. I'm going to do this. And I didn't make it through the whole hour. I got really fidgety and just like my concentration. I have my little rats in my room and they were just making noises, and I just need to get them out of my room so that I can practice in peace, or find a different place. So yeah, they were annoying. So I did make it through that half hour, but you know what? That was more meditation than I had done in at least a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. So that was, yeah, that was incredible. And I find that my best ideas and my best creative mind is when I am sitting there meditating, and, you know, trying to get this icky out of my body, and releasing those sankaras and letting that energy pass and get out from inside of me. So it's definitely something that I'm going to be working really hard to make sure that I commit. And I was reading this book, Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis, and she was talking about how, you know, we do these things where, you know, we're on a roll and then all of a sudden we miss one day, or we mess up, or we cheat on our diet, or whatever it is. And then we just throw in the towel. We're just like, well, I messed up one day. I guess tomorrow I'm going to mess up too. I'm just a big mess up. We have to stop that habit, because I know, yes, did I make it through the whole hour today? No. But you know what? I tried, and I got into it again, and I realized how creative my mindset is and how much more open I am to letting that positivity like fill my day, that even with that half hour, it made me feel so good. I'm like, now I remember. Now I remember why I really wanted to practice this. Now I remember, you know, that even just starting it at a half hour instead of the hour. Maybe I miss it tonight, but I'm really going to work hard not to. I don't want to miss tonight. And it takes that 21 days to build a habit. So I need to commit to myself. I need to stop breaking the promises to myself that I keep breaking over and over and over again. Like, I will try so hard to keep the promises to other people that I have made, but I am the first person to break a promise to myself. And I will almost a lot of the times break my promises to myself. And I have to stop doing that because I need to hold myself accountable for these things, and just realizing how great I feel today and how creative I feel, and just the openness to like receiving that positivity in my life now that I've, released maybe little babies in cars here and there. It's just so amazing. It's so amazing to feel this good. So if there's something that you like to do, if there's a habit that you have that's positive and it fuels you, I ask you, if you've stopped doing it, go back to it. The best day to restart is today. The best day, okay? Stop waiting until tomorrow, because you honestly know that if you say you're going to do it tomorrow, you're most likely not, right? I was like that too. So let's commit to keeping the promises to ourselves, and just really diving in and like just loving on ourselves and realizing that the promises to ourselves are the most important ones. And the more that we keep the promises to ourselves, the more that we hold ourselves accountable, the better off we're going to be able to hold our promises and the accountability to others in our life. But we're number one, and that's so important. And you're amazing, and you are important, and you are worthy. You are special. You are savvy. You got this, okay? You have to start believing those things. I was in a space where I didn't believe those things. And the moment that I started to realize that I truly am worthy, and so are every single other person on this planet, my life changed. A shift happened. Things, situations started to arise, and I opened myself up to the happiness that is my life, that really could be my life. But that's what I have for you guys today. I love you so, so much. Remember Anicca, 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 Anicca. You are forever changing. Change is good. It's okay to change. And keep those promises to yourself, because they're the most important ones. Love you guys. Bye.